Yeah, I'll cheer every now and then. Sure, thank you. Got probably distracted.
Or he'll run back. Yeah, I did. I saw him coming in the water. He just flew Justin turning around the bus. He's like, oh shit. That's what Dave said. Oh, he's distracted.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, the shit getting some
So, but usually it's like,
and it's like, it's actually kind of exciting. They're only giving us one I'll tell you what. What I hope is like
What's the deal again?
well, I'm gonna keep trying to like push for more. I don't know why they can't stand me with printouts.
All right, if you're watching on the stream here, we're starting off with the women's 100 fly B final, and we have Coco Quill in lane 7. Lane 8, of course, at the top of your screen, lane 1 at the bottom.
I mean, I'm gonna try it without it. Okay. Let's see how it goes. It makes it a lot easier to get more frame.
First to the wall was UC Davis swimmer Naomi Bogholm. Congratulations. All right, this is the championship final, the women's 100 butterfly. We've got two UCSB swimmers in the A final, McKenna Leacox in lane 3 and Sammy Hall in lane 7. Once again, lane 7, second from the top. McKenna right in the middle of the pool with a great lane. And Caitlin Brown in lane 8. At the turn, that's Ava Bolke from UC San Diego at 24.49. McKenna Leacox just getting out touched by 12/100ths of a second. Eva Bolke, the winner from UC San Diego with a 52.79. McKenna with a 52.91. Caitlin Brown finished 6th with a time of 54.03, and then Sammy Hall 8th with 54.80. Congratulations, McKenna. All right, on to the men's 100 fly. This is the B final. We have 3 UC Santa Barbara swimmers. Billy Pick is in lane 2. Taisei Saito in lane 7. And Henry Height in lane 8. Big win for the Gauchos. Henry Height winning in lane 8. Outside smoke, 47.57. It was Taisei Saito in 6th with 48.17, and Billy Pick was 7th. Didn't catch the time before they switched the board, but still a great win for Henry. Congratulations. Championship final, men's 100 fly.
Bryden Fielenhouse in 1.
Bryden Fielenhouse in lane 1.
Thomasaitis in 4.
Zach Thomasaitis in lane 4. This should be a great matchup between Zach and Billy Sivich, of course, of Cal State Bakersfield, defending champion in this event.
At the 50 is Hunter Sahelnik from San Diego.
Hunter Sahelnik out front, 21.47 on that opening 50. And it looks to be Billy Sivich in lane 5, 45.91. Zach Thomasaitis finishes 5th. Bryden Fielenhouse finishes 7th. Zach's time a 47.11, 47.39 for Bryden. If only I had a great zoom lens for you out there, but McKenna Leacock's getting her silver medal on the podium just now. 400 IM will be up next. The men getting their flowers. Billy Sivich, winner of the 100 fly, also qualified for the NCAA Division I swim championship with that swim. All right, getting ready for the 400 IM women's B final. No gauchos in this heat. Halfway to go, and it's anybody's race. The top three swimmers separated by 0.3 of a second as we go to the breaststroke. University of Hawaii swimmer Aofi Harkin. Forgive me if I got that first name mispronounced. She's starting to pull away in the breaststroke here. Four more laps of freestyle to decide this one. With 50 to go, she turns a 3:52.25. Looking about low 420 probably. And Aofi wins it, 4:21.89 with the top time. Edging out Gwendolyn Smith in second. Kelsey Lang in third from UCSD. We're on to the championship final of the women's 400 individual medley. One swimmer from Santa Barbara in this A final, the Amelie Ogilvy, who also was in the A final a year ago in this same event. Amelie will be in lane 2, second from the bottom. Sydney Niles from UCSD in lane 4 is your leader from this morning. Give the opening 50 to Bryn Graham, UC Davis, 27.03. Graham again still leading. Nope. Never mind, that's Ella Ackerman now first in 57.23. Amelie with a 58.91 was in 7th after the fly. On to the back. Sydney Niles back up with a 129.57 after the first 50 of the backstroke. Amelie now starting to move up a little bit. And Sydney turns in front at 201.07. Amelie, 203.64 is now in 6th, so she moved up a spot. Onto the breaststroke. Still Sydney Niles after a couple of laps of the breaststroke at 238.18. Amelie now third, charging with a 240.05. Amelie with the third fastest breaststroke split. Now threatening second place. Sydney turns in a 3:15.72 first. It's Ellis Ackerman second, and Amelie third. And again, a 37 flat on her second leg of breaststroke. .50 to go, and it's still Niles in front, Ackerman in second, and Amelie Ogilvy still in third. She's on podium now. Final few meters, and here comes lane 5. And outside lane 7. And it's going to be Ackerman in lane 7 who takes it with a 14:15.47. Sydney Niles second, and Amelie just missing on the podium. She finishes fourth in 14:17.32, but that's a 3-second drop from this morning. So amazing swim for Amelie Ogilvy in the 400 IM championship final. I started with like 22, it's like about 50. All right, we're on to the B final, the men's 400 IM. There is nobody from UCSB in this heat. Top seed for the morning for the B final is Shane Burns from UC San Diego. Burns out quick, 24.46 on that opening 50. All right, halfway through the backstroke. Now Zach Tower out in lane 1. Bottom of your screen, it's actually in the lead. You'll have to kind of see from this angle. Shane Burns, by the way, second. Halfway home, it's Shane Burns again. Nice split, 29.00. Went 151.34 on that opening. I guess you could call it 200 of the 400 IM. To the 250 rather. Evan Pickles taking over the lead in lane 6. Transferred to University of Hawaii. Was swimming at USC. And he is pulling away at this point. he will go to the freestyle. Evan Pickles will with a 2:57.21, and he's got a 2.5 second lead on a pair of swimmers chasing him. Evan Pickles just out front, sailing away. Gonna be a great swim in the B final. Evan Pickles, 3:51.21, easy win. Second is Tim Koza, 3:54.92. Shane Burns from San Diego, UC San Diego rather, winds up third. Coming up next, the championship final of the men's 400 individual medley. 3 Santa Barbara swimmers in this one, so a great opportunity for the Gaucho men to get some points. Lane 1 is Jack Hendrick. Owen Bowie in lane 5. And outside in lane 8 will be Connor Martilla, the senior. Owen was second seeded this morning. Behind the 200 IM champion Tom Tillot, German. Swims for the University of Hawaii. So Owen is really going to have to go deep to get the win here. And off they go. Tom Tillot turning first with a 23.94. Along with our 3 Gauchos in the race, the time to look for is to see how close Tom flirts with the conference record. He was very close to taking down Kyle Brill's conference record set last year in the 200 IM. He'd have to go pretty fast to get it here. 51.48 on that opening 100 fly. He's in first. Our Gauchos are in second. Jack Hendrick. Connor is in third. And the board disappeared before I could get our last Gaucho off the board.
We expect to make Owen Boyd to make a move in the middle 100, middle 200. Jack Hendrick is out after
150 yards into the race, it's Tom Tillot at 1:19.76. Jack Hendrick out in lane 1. Kind of shrouded by the crowd for you, but he is in second. Expect Owen Bowie and Connor Martilla to make a little bit of a move in the breaststroke. That's their best stroke out here on the IM. Tom Tolo flipping to the breast now, 147.86. Jack Hendrick right there to 150.77. Owen was fourth in 152.79. Connor out there in a 153.84 in seventh place. The German continues to lead, 2:20.57. Jack Hendrick, though, a strong second, 2:24.30. Owen Bowie moving up, 2:24.66. Connor in eighth.
Second behind Kyle at the 250.
At the 250 turn, he was a second behind Kyle's pacing for that conference record. But the German does have a great freestyle.
Kyle was 250.07.
The German making the turn at 253.56, fading off of that conference best, but still comfortably in the lead. Owen Bowie now in second. Bowie in lane 5, making a bid for a solid spot on the podium here. But he's also dealing with a swimmer from Hawaii in lane 2. 50 to go now. Tom Tolo, the German out of the University of Hawaii, going to win this, but now it's who's going to finish second. Jack Hendrick making a charge in the inside. Coming down into the final 25. Anybody's ball game here. It's Tolo winning, but who is going to be second? Who's going to be third? And it is Colton Milne out of UC San Diego second. Jack Hendrick steals the podium, third in 3:52.04. Owen Bowie, a 3:52.71, winds up fourth, and Connor Martilla, 3:56.94, is eighth. Great job, Jack, getting on the podium. podium time in the distance there. Amelie Ogilvy just finishing off the podium in the women's 400 IM. But again, an outstanding 4:17 low. That was a lightning quick swim. It's so weird how it can happen sometimes.
Yeah, just maybe the pressure was off and figured a few things out from this morning. I mean, that's definitely a race you can make adjustments in, right? I mean, from one swim to the next, there's lots of places to.
All right, men getting their medals. Owen Bohe. Sorry, my bad. Jack Hendrick, scratch that. Jack Hendrick. Interesting note from this podium is that the winner of the B final actually would have wound up on the podium if he had swam in the A final, Evan Pickles. But nevertheless, he didn't qualify fast enough this morning. Congratulations to these three gentlemen standing on the podium right now, including Jack Hendrick from UCSB. Next up is the women's 200 free. No UCSB swimmers in the B final. Danny Carter from UCSD, top seed in this B final. And off they go. Good race coming up in the A final, by the way, including Samantha Banos, who is going for the conference title. But to do it, she's going to have to get through two other swimmers who were very similar in time this morning, just below a 1:49. Including Aja Kozan from UC San Diego. A 100 yards into the women's 200 free. Looks like Sophie McKay 52.37. All right, 25 to go. Tight race. Carolyn Kenny. Sorry, lane 3. Sophie McKay. Nope, it's going to be lane 5. Allie Deal. The University of San Diego with a 1:49.23. Great swim. Edging Sophie McKay in lane 3 by about 0.7 of a second. We're on to the championship final and one of the most anticipated races of the night. Again, 3 swimmers in the middle of the pool, all in the 1:48 range this morning, including Samantha Banos.
Anecdotally, Davis is swimming really well tonight.
Yeah.
They really on the form down. They just had 2 or 3 girls on there.
Another one to look for, obviously, McKenna Valenta, UC Davis swimmer in lane 5, Banos in lane 4, Aja Kozan in lane 3. Middle of the pool should get spicy. Lane 6 also looking quick as well. But it's Valenta from UC Davis, the first, turning first, and Banos actually off the pace in 5th, but not surprising. She was much faster in her back half this morning.
Banos was out in 52.82 this morning.
So was she there? I didn't catch her.
52.82 this morning, so she's out 2 tenths faster than
Banos now moving up to second, 52.65. Actually now 17/100 faster than she was this morning. And now lane 3, that's Aja Kozan starting to make a move. This race starting to take shape with 50 to go. Aja Kozan in front, 1:18.99, but Banos right behind her, about 0.6. Kozan turning with 25 to go, appears to be solidifying her position. And it's going to be Aja Kozan cruising to the win. 1:45.52, great time for the UC San Diego swimmer. But Samantha Banos in second on the podium with the silver, 1:46.36. A easily 2-second drop from this morning. Great swim. And McKenna Valenta from UC Davis in third, 147.71. All right, up next, the B final of the men's 200 free. Adam Zidbell, the top seed from Hawaii in lane 4. No gauchos in this heat. Adam, a sophomore out on the islands. Opening 50 goes to the inside, the outside smoke, inside lane. Hunter Dawson from Seattle University, 22.63. Luigi Franco turns second from UC San Diego. Franco making the turn in first, 47.33. Tripped Ordway, and lane 7 was in second. Approaching 150 yards here, and 50 to go. Franco appears to be still leading this thing, and he is 112.90, 25.57 on that last split. Will he hold on? It doesn't look like it. Looks like lane 4 is coming. Here comes Adam Zidbell. And lane 3 also in there, Landon England. But it's going to be Landon England out-touching Adam Zidbell at the horn there. 137.65, the UC San Diego swimmer with a 24.57 split on his final 50. Roars to life and wins the B final. So we have 3 gauchos in the championship final, the 200 freestyle. Alex Zettel in lane 2. Mason Wendler in lane 5 and Owen Berry in lane 6. Mason Wendler a 136.53 in the morning, just 0.3 off the top time by University of Hawaii swimmer Victor Daganes. And if I got that name wrong, I apologize. But from what I understand, that was Mason Wendler's top time. Okay, cool. Victor Daganes.
Wendler was out in 47 flat, back in 49.4. Daganes was out in 46.2, back in 49.8. And a flip.
All right, here we go. Championship final of the men's 200 free. Another great anticipated battle. Figure Dagenais actually has gone faster this season, about 1.4 seconds. So let's see what kind of time he throws down here in the final. But Mason Wendler obviously coming into this in great form with his best time of the season. And here we go. Flipping first, Victor with a opening 21.96. Alex Zettel third in 22.13. At the 100, Victor's 45.97, quicker than he was this morning. Alex Zettel, 46.43, still in third. Again, Alec in lane 2, that's second from the bottom. Owen Barry in lane 6. Mason Wendler right there in lane 5. Final 50. Alec moving up now. Victor Dagenais. He's going to cruise to the win, but I think it looks like Alex Zettel will take third and get the third position, get on the podium. 1:35.85. Great swim for Alex Zettel. Victor, of course, going 1:34.77. Owen Barry, a 1:37.56, wound up sixth. And Mason Wendler was in fourth, 1:36.43. A great swim for Mason as well, just finishing off the podium. So Gauchos on 2 straight podiums coming up here. Samantha Banos will be collecting her silver medal for her runner-up finish to Aja Kozan in the 200 free. And we just watched Alex Zettel with a tremendous race. Winds up third. Breaststroke. This morning at 58.79, right? I think she went like 59.1 last year. Samantha Banos collecting her silver medal over there in the distance. And we've got the winner, Aja Kozan, not just getting the gold medal, but also her ticket punch to the NCAA Division I Swim Championships. Congratulations to her. Sam, of course, is going to be going after that mark in the 200 fly tomorrow. Quick scoring update, by the way, if you're not following Meet Mobile. University of Hawaii still remains in first with 411 points. Grand Canyon in second with 376. UC San Diego in third with 321. And UC Santa Barbara with 292 sits in fourth, ahead of Cal State Bakersfield and Seattle University. As for the women, right now the University of Hawaii comfortably ahead with 389. UC San Diego and UC Davis in a tie. That's in second for 318 points. Santa Barbara just 18 points behind those two teams. And then rounding out that seven would be University of San Diego, Seattle, and Cal State Bakersfield. But what a race going on for second place right now. Hawaii does have the advantage of having diving. That will make a difference. Alex Zettel about to get his medal on the podium for the 200 free. All right, next up is the women's 100 breaststroke. We have two heats, the B final and the A final. Miranda Stevenson, sophomore, Gaucho, will be in lane 5. We have a host of Gauchos in the A final with Miranda, the lone representative here in the B final for UC Santa Barbara.
Stevenson out in 29.7 this morning.
Okay.
102.98 and 103.1 this morning.
Clemence Choi is the top seed in lane 4, right next to Miranda, right below her. And I'm sorry, Lucy Wong is also in this race. Forgive me, Lucy. Don't have the heat sheet in front of me. Lucy, the senior, racing her last 100 breaststroke here in Houston. Making the turn, it's Miranda Stevenson opening with a 29.03. Lucy in 5th with a 30.19. See if Miranda can hang on. She's got some competition coming up though. Miranda digging in, trying to win the B final. And who's in there first? Actually, Kayla Gregory from UC Davis, sneaking in there at a 102.76. Miranda Stevenson just 5 100ths behind at 102.81. And Lucy Wong, 104.02, finishes 5th. Great job. And we're on to the championship final of the women's 100 breaststroke.
I think I got the wrong.
All right, Sylvia Faraboshi in lane 1 for UC Santa Barbara. Ashley Ray will be out there in lane 5. Mai Kawahata in lane 7. And they'll all be chasing Chloe Braun from UC San Diego, who earlier today broke her own meet and conference record with a 58.79. Just an absolutely scorching time in the 100 breaststroke if you're a woman. 58.79, really impressive. This will be the final swim for both Ashley Ray and Sylvia Faraboshi, as they're both graduating seniors. Mai, of course, a junior. And off they go. I know, but I think she might be graduating early. Chloe Braun turning first, 27.73, but Ashley Ray right there at 28.51. Sporty opening split it, 28.51. 25 to go. It's Braun's race, but let's see what Ashley Ray can do. Chloe's going to get in there with a 58.95. Not as fast as this morning, but still lightning fast. It's Ashley Ray with a 1:00.67. Haley Gregory with a 1:00.68 in third from UC San Diego. Mai Kawahata was sixth with a 1:01.80, and in eighth place, Sylvia Faraboshi with a 1:02.66. Congratulations to all. Now we're on to the men's 100 breaststroke. Noah Wagner-Jurek will be in lane 8. All right. And off they go. Adrian Beldo was the top seed for the B final this morning. Noah looking good out there in lane 8. Turns 5th, with Adrian turning first in the middle of the pool to 25.21. 25.76 was the split for Noah. Final few yards of this tremendous B final. Anybody's race. Noah's out there with a chance. And Noah with a second and a great time, 54:47 for Noah. Wagner-Jurek, Adrian winning from UC San Diego with a 54.15, but man, what a tremendous split, 14-3-2. Easily the class of the field in that final 25 for Noah to wind up at 54-47 and in second place in the B final.
Get it together. Jeff Nugent, Jonah Lee,
Michael Peterson.
Michael Peterson.
All right, we are on to the championship final of the men's 100 breaststroke. 3 gauchos in this one, including Jack Nugent in lane 2. His prelim time, 54.85. Jonah Lee right next to him in lane 3, went a tick faster in 54.60. And then you have Michael Peterson in lane 6, 54.65. It was lightning quick this morning to get into this A final. Capped off by none other than Tom Capps from the University of Hawaii. His prelim time at 52.24. Very, very fast. So, 3 swimmers, 3 gauchos going against all caps. Last year's winner, Evan Yu, not here, of course. He was with Cal Poly. Cal Poly not here. Unfortunate victim of a budget cut. Go. Lane 2, Jack Nugent. Lane 3, Jonah Lee. Michael Peterson in lane 6. Rockin' 25 there for Tom Capps, 11.06. As they come to the 50, so far it's Capps in the lead, 24.49 on that opening 50. Michael Peterson was in third though, podium position. .25 to go. Jonah Lee also in the mix for the podium. Oh, look at lane 5. Carter Dooling, holy moly, 52.69 over Tom Capps with a 53.47, and Jonah Lee on the podium, 53.92. Way to go, Jonah. Jack Nugent with a 54.77 finishes in 5th. Michael Peterson faded a touch in that last 50, but still a great time at 54.87, winds up 8th. Doing the first Grand Canyon swimmer of the night to throw down a great time.
Backstroke, Eugenie, Caitlin, Eugenie. Coco and Hazel.
Oh my gosh, you're a ton. What do you have in lane? And he won anybody? Or?
Yeah, we won. We got Eugenie and Caitlin and
Eugenie and Caitlin.
Yeah, Eugenie and Caitlin.
Podium time for all our breaststrokers over there. Final event of the night approaching, the 100 backstroke for both the women and men. be a lot of representation of Gaucho women in the 100 back. Eugenie Lanalis and Caitlin Brown will be in the B final. And the A final will include Coco Quill and Hazel Durr. So 4 of our backstrokers making it on the women's side. Right now they're doing podium over there in the 100 breaststroke. And of course, that includes Ashley Ray. There you go. Ashley Ray standing tall on the podium now, getting her silver medal for the 100 breaststroke. And Chloe Braun, to no one's surprise, with that 58.9, easily punches her ticket for a second straight year to the NCAA Women's Division I Swim Championships. And she gets to hold up a big cardboard-looking check. Not really a check, though. Just a big piece of cardboard that says ticket punched on it.
Just tore up that second 50.
Yeah, he did.
I wasn't even watching him. I mean, I was watching Jonah and these guys, but all of a sudden, like, I heard you say, "Oh my God, this guy! Where the hell did he come from?" Look at that kid's last 50 years.
He was quick in the morning, too. He's just quicker in the opening 100, right?
It was 24.4, 29 flat. That hurt.
Impressive.
I mean, 53.9. I think that's his first time under 54. It's got to be that.
All right, Jonah Lee getting his bronze medal on the podium right now. His Gaucho teammates over to his right, actually to his left, to our right, shouting their approval. Tom Capps from Hawaii with the second best effort there, silver medal. senior Carter Dooling standing atop the podium. Terrific race for him. But we are now on to the women's 100 B final backstroke. Again, a pair of gauchos in this one. Eugenie Lanalis in lane 1 and Caitlin Brown in lane 3. This is the last individual event of the night. It'll be 2 heats of the women's 100 back, 2 heats of the men's 100 back, and then a nice break for diving, and then relay time. Addison Carey from Cal State Bakersfield, the top seed in this B final, freshman. And off they go. Eugenie with the opening 25 in the lane that's tough to see, but trust me when I tell you, went 12.87 on that opening split. To the 50 we go, and she again is still top of the charts. 26.73, Caitlin Brown in third at 27.16. 25 to go. Can Eugenie hold it? Lane 4 now getting a little feisty. Good turn for Caitlin in lane 3. And it looks to be lane 4. Yes, Addison gets it in a 55.11. Eugenie, great showing, finishes third in 55.75, and Caitlin Brown fourth in 56.39. Well done to the Gauchos. Up next, the women's 100 backstroke final. You can tell when the music plays, it's an A final. Coco Quill will be in lane 2. Hazel Durr in lane 6, the senior, trying to go out in style. Maddie O'Connell from UC San Diego is the top seed. 53.68 in the morning. There really wasn't anyone near her with that opening 100 this morning. So we'll see what happens here, because it's nighttime and anything's possible. And off they go. Hazel Durr off quick. Her opening 25. 12.53. Coming to the 50. And who's got it? It is, oh, it's very close, but Maddie O'Connell turning first. Coco sixth and Hazel fourth. Final 25 to go. Maddie O'Connell appears to be solidifying her lead, but she's got company, and Addie Everidge from UC San Diego, her teammate. And it is Maddie O'Connell holding serve, 53-81 to win the 100 backstroke. Hazel Durr finishing in fourth, just off the podium at 54-55. And Coco Quill with a 55-63 wound up seventh. Congratulations to Maddie O'Connell and all the swimmers in the A final of the 100 backstroke.
It's going to go down. So we have Anish in 2 and Tessa in 8.
Coming up, the men's 100 B final. Anish Taisei Saito is in lane 8. Anish Veeravatam, the freshman. And Taisei Saito, sophomore backstroker. Tommy Henstein was the top seed for the B final from Cal State Bakersfield after the morning prelims. Opening 25 goes to Anish. 11:25 in the 25. Gotta like the symmetry there. Turning it to 50, Jacko Shaughnessy from UC San Diego. Tommy, the Cal State Bakersfield. Anybody's race here, middle of the pool. Final yards of the 100 backstroke. Tommy Hierstein, Cal State Bakersfield out touching the field. Anish slides in there for second at a 48-38. 48-10 goes to Tommy from Bakersfield. Taisei Saito with a 49-24 is seventh. There are no gauchos in the A final, but we can still enjoy the show. Let me run down your order in lane 1 from the University of Hawaii. It's Andrew Simmons, Daniel Volkov from Grand Canyon in lane 2, William Seymour in lane 3. He's from UC San Diego. Alex Volkov from Grand Canyon, the senior, is in lane 5. Carol Ostrowski, lane 6, University of Hawaii, also winner of the 50 last night. And in lane 7, it's Corey Teal, sophomore from University of Hawaii. And in lane 4, from Seattle University, Danielis Kavadiris. Danielis, if I butchered your name, I apologize. Danielis' time from the morning, 46:41. Looking at the times, it looks like you needed a 48.15 to get in, but basically from first through sixth, we're talking about a second, if not just under a second of spread time. So it could be anybody's race here. on the men's 100 backstroke final. Lane 3, William Seymour from UC San Diego getting the opening nod, but plenty of race left. And lane 5 now really making a move. That's Alex Volkov from Grand Canyon splitting a 22.05. Lane 6 right there as well. Could be anybody's ball game coming down here, the final 25. Volkov still leads. Great turn, but he's getting challenged by lane 6. And it's going to be to the wall. Oh, it is lane 6. Carol Ostrowski from Hawaii, a 46.16. Second place goes to Alex Volkov, 46.30. Third place, 46.66. So the podium, to get on the podium, you have to go sub 46.7. Tremendous race, gentlemen. And we ask you to stand by because we will have relays. The 400 medley relay with the men and the women coming up here after diving in about 35 or 40 minutes. So join us then. I'll keep it rolling. Relays will wrap up the night.
did the swimming.
I want to mess with their live stream here. What should I say on their live stream?
Walk down.
Good job, buddy.
All right, I have
I bought one. Yeah.
Vamos a ver cuál es el reto.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It just wrapped up diving here for a second evening of action, actually third if you include relays from Wednesday night. And when we resume the women's 400 medley relay, looks like we'll have two heats, and heat number one is going to be the UC San Diego B team and Seattle's B team. I do not have an updated score yet, team score I should say, but I can tell you going into diving, Hawaii for the women was number one, And it was a very tight three-way battle between UC San Diego, UC Santa Barbara, and UC Davis. Davis was in fourth, but with divers in this last final that just finished off and those points get added, there's a very good chance Davis will leapfrog both the Gauchos and quite possibly the Titans for second place, but we'll see. Hawaii on top on the men's side. Santa Barbara was fourth. But they began the evening fifth, so it's been a good night for the Gauchos, moving up to fourth. And they're not that far behind UC San Diego in third place, with Grand Canyon, I believe, in second. If we get an updated score, we'll certainly pass it along. But right now, it is the first heat of the women's 400 medley relay. Again, lane 4, UC San Diego's B team. Good. And lane 5, Seattle's B team. Scratch that. I don't see UC San Diego jumping in the pool, so it looks like it's going to be just Seattle B. Pretty sure who will win this one, barring a DQ, of course. As we watch Seattle go off on the 400 medley relay in this B final. The A final will prove to be very decisive toward the, if not overall championship, certainly what teams sit on the podium. If you weren't with us Wednesday night in the 200 medley relay, it was UC Santa Barbara coming out on top, although UC San Diego and Hawaii were also DQ'd in that same event, giving Santa Barbara the first place trophy and 40 points to go with it. Seattle now on the back half of the 100 breaststroke of this 400 medley relay. And of course, you know how this IM works. Up next will be the 100 fly, followed of course by the closing 100 freestyle. 16 lengths to the pool in this relay. All right, while we watch Samantha Cazares, who fly for Seattle in the B final here, not the B final, but just rather for the B team for Seattle, we have an update on the scoring for the women. University of Hawaii on top with 528. They've got a 108-point lead over UC Davis. UC San Diego sitting third at 401. UC Santa Barbara now, the women, fourth at 390. So Davis with a 30-point margin thanks to diving. And Santa Barbara sitting in fourth. Rounding out the 7 would be University of San Diego. University of San Diego with 203. Cal State Bakersfield in 6th with 103 points. And the Seattle University women have 95. On the men's side, University of Hawaii is in the lead with 478. Grand Canyon University, 447. You have to go back a ways to get to UC San Diego at 367. Trailing San Diego by 18 points are your UC Santa Barbara Gauchos. Cal State Bakersfield in 5th with 241.5. And Seattle University trailing the field of the 6 men's teams here in Houston, Texas. Seattle with 171.5 points. So the B final is concluded. Seattle, as expected, being the only team in the heat, wins with a 354.67. Now we get on to what is the main event for the women 400 medley relay. Your Gauchos are going to go with Hazel Durr in backstroke, Ashley Ray in breaststroke, Samantha Banos in the fly, and Eugenie Lanalis in the freestyle. A who's who of Isla Vista here in the pool coming up for the 400 medley relay. I do not have the lane assignments yet because the board hasn't flipped. But it looks like UC San Diego is going to be in lane 4. We are in lane 5. Seattle's A team looks like lane 8. Stand by, and I will actually give you the official lineup here. I promise tomorrow to have a heat sheet in advance. Okay, whistle blows. Here we go. Okay, it's Cal State Bakersfield, lane 1. UC Davis, lane 2. Hawaii, lane 3. It's the Titans of UC San Diego in lane 4. UCSB is in lane 5, the A team. UC Davis's A team in 6, Seattle's A team in 7. Hazel Durr leading it off. 4 lengths of backstroke here to lead off the 400 medley relay. .25 yards in, pretty tight race as expected. Looks like UC San Diego off to a slight lead. And is 25.76. UCSB just a fraction behind in second place. Final 25 of the opening 100 back leg, and UC San Diego laying it down will catch the split as they turn first, 53-56. Hazel won a 54.74. Nice job, Hazel. As the Gauchos in second. On to the breaststroke. Chloe Braun, Ashley Ray finished that same way on the podium for the earlier final tonight, and Chloe pulling away. Her opening split, 27.34. That is lightning quick. Ashley Ray right behind her with a 28.55 in second. UC Davis, as expected, the A team in third. So this is shaping up just like it seemed like it would. Ashley still holding second. And she's got company on top with UC Davis and, of course, the Hawaii in lane 3. All right, UC San Diego first, UCSB second. After that that breaststroke leg, onto the fly, Samantha Banos in the water for the Gauchos in lane 5. UC San Diego comfortably in front at this point, but now it's up to Sam to try to solidify second place. Samantha turning halfway through her race in second. UC San Diego comfortably ahead still in lane 4. We'll catch that time, 2:46.44. UCSB about 2 seconds behind in second place. Great split for Sam. 28:47 on that last 50. That was moving. 50 yards of freestyle to go. And it looks like the Titans are going to be champs for this one, but Eugenie Lanalis making a move. "25 yards to go. And Eugenie looking strong. You've got a swimmer from Hawaii in lane 3 that's making a move. But it's UC San Diego to the wire. They win. Eugenie Lanalis brings it home for the Gauchos in second place. The Hawaii A team in third. And UC Davis in fourth. That'll be good points for both UC San Diego and UCSB in their hopes of tracking down UC Davis in those dive points. By the way, UCSB's time, 3:38.23, behind the winning time of 3:35.48 for UC San Diego. Now on to the men. Believe this is going to be a B final. Looks like 3 teams getting up on the blocks. You got Bakersfield, looks like in lane 3. UC San Diego in lane 4, and I'm guessing it's going to be Hawaii in lane 5. While we wait, in the A final, which is coming up next, the Gaucho men. Well, we'll hold on to that thought for a second. We'll get to it when we get to the final heat of the men's 400 medley. I know the suspense is killing you. All right, here we go. Heat number 1, men's 400 medley. Again, Cal State Bakersfield B team in lane 3. UC San Diego's B team in lane 4. Seattle B team in lane 5. Looks like lane 4 is UC San Diego's B team nudging out ahead. The flip coming at 23.30, about a half second over Seattle's B team. Bakersfield in third. So, I got an update for you, my track staff. So, update from the women's side as we watch this heat number 1 of the men's 400 medley relay. University of Hawaii, 560, and UC Davis now in second, 450. UC San Diego now pulls within 9 points of second place and UC Santa Barbara in fourth with 4:24. So that margin has been cut to 26 from fourth to second. So it's anybody's race tomorrow for the final day. University of San Diego still in fifth, Seattle in sixth, and Cal State Bakersfield rounds out the top 7. So great race developing on the team side, particularly for second place on the women's side of things. But back to the men here. First heat of the 400 medley relay. Comfortably ahead is UC San Diego. Turning to the fly now, 142.93 that opening 200. Cal State Bakersfield in second by about 4 seconds, or behind by 4 seconds, I should say, and about another second back to Seattle, who sits in third. The Titans continue to roll here in heat number 1. Shortly we'll be transitioning to the freestyle to close this thing out and then get to the A final, our last race of the night. And on to the freestyle we go. 2:31.16 on that 300 mark. And it looks like it's about a just over 4 second lead back to Bakersfield. And Seattle continues in third, although there is a challenge coming up here for the final 75 or so. UC San Diego just cruising to victory here. Going to be a good time. 3:15.26. UC San Diego's B team taking it. Just to give you some perspective, my Gaucho fans, the men's team last year won this event with a 3:05 high, I think. Kyle Brill, you can correct me on that one. All right, on to the A relay. As promised, I'd tell you who is on our A relay for the boys. Lucas Hubbard will be doing the backstroke. Jonah Lee, the breaststroke. Zach Thomasidis swimming the fly leg. And Alex Zettel will bring it home with a 100-yard freestyle.
Let's go, Gauchos!
I was right. Okay, cool. All right, Seattle A and 2, UC San Diego A and 3, Grand Canyon A and 4, Hawaii A and 5, UCSB's A team in 6, and the A team from Cal State Bakersfield in 7. It's A's across the board. Stand by. 3:05.88, by the way, is the 400 medley relay record. Pool record, conference record. And away we go. Lucas Hubbard for the Gauchos leading us off. Lane 4, big turn for Grand Canyon. Hawaii in lane 5 right there. And right now it is Grand Canyon and Hawaii 1-2. UCSB in 6th at the moment. Has some work to do. And look out, lane 2 also in the mix. Seattle out there. And I think Seattle's going to actually turn first, and they did. Grand Canyon, A second, Hawaii A third. We were still in 6th. We had an opening 48-41. Good split. but we need to move up here in the breaststroke. Jonah Lee in the water for the Gauchos. Halfway through the breaststroke. It's now Grand Canyon taking control with a 1:11.39. We are still in sixth, 1:13.43, about 2 seconds off the pace. But a tight race for the podium, I would think, at this point, if they can move up. All right, coming to the fly, and Zach Tomasitis. Need a big leg here to get back in the race. Grand Canyon, Hawaii, 1-2 as they have been for the last several laps. Zach moving up quickly, though. Halfway through the butterfly, it is Grand Canyon, Hawaii, and now the Gauchos have moved into third. Big split, 20.53 on that back 50 for Zach Tomasitis. The front 50. Here's the back 50. Grand Canyon still in the lead. 1, Hawaii 2, 3, UCSB. Zach Tomasitis does his job. 24.86 on that back 50. Now we're in the water. Alex Zettel swimming the freestyle leg. What a race developing up front, though. Grand Canyon and Hawaii just about as close as you can get. Hawaii grabbed the lead by 1/10 of a second. My guess is this is Karol Ostrowski in the pool for Hawaii. Here they come. And it's going to be Hawaii. No, Grand Canyon gets it. 3:07.69. 1/100th of a second over Hawaii. Even greater news, your Gauchos on the podium. 3:10.61. Great split. 22.64 for Alex Zettel on that back half. Fantastic race, but man, 1/100th of a second. Grand Canyon's A-team wins the 400 medley relay. Just out of Hawaii, UCSB rounds out the top three. Fantastic swim, fellas. Split?
Either 43 low or 4-10.
Action not quite complete as we await the official results of the 400 medley. I don't think there's going to be any surprises here. Grand Canyon just winning in a 3:07.69. But to give you an idea of what the Gaucho men did last season a year ago, that would still be almost 2 seconds behind the Gaucho men. So that team, class of the field in 2025, would have been fun to see that class of the field go against Grand Canyon A tonight, but still a great effort by the UCSB men tonight. The A team, 3:10.61. They'll be getting on the podium here shortly. I will keep the feed rolling so that you, if you have any interest in time trials, can watch that before we say goodnight.
I didn't realize that was 100th of a second.
done filming the fishing, right? Ooh, very slow there, right? There we go. All right, before we get to time trials here, we have an update on the men here. Great night. Santa Barbara, the men have moved up to third, 14 points over UC San Diego. That's terrific considering they started the night in fifth. So tomorrow it is the University of Hawaii and Grand Canyon 1 and 2, comfortably ahead, and you'd have to say with University of Hawaii's dominance in diving this season, it looks very good that the Hawaii Warriors will be the 2026 conference champs, but there's still much to be decided tomorrow, particularly between UC Santa Barbara and UC San Diego, 381 to 367.
UC San Diego's relay was DQ'd in that men's race.
Oh, we got an update. UC San Diego's men DQ'd in the men's race, so not sure what happened there, but that's breaking news from Mike Carpenter. Breaking news. I know it's in the distance, but in the podium, or I should say on the podium right now, the Gaucho women taking their honors. Thank you. That's good. Hazel Durr, Ashley Ray, Sam Banos, and of course, Eugenie Lanalis, your silver medalists. Yeah. Mike Carpenter is going to be our field reporter tomorrow night. All right, looking good over there, getting their medals for the women. Sure they'll have the men stand up next, and then we'll get on to time trials, and the evening will conclude, and we'll have one more exciting day of swimming here from Houston, Texas. We got all sorts of good stuff coming up for you. 200 backstroke, 200 breaststroke, 200 fly, 100 free, 400 freestyle relay will be what caps it off. And of course, senior celebration tomorrow when all the seniors from all the different teams from the conference get to go out on the deck and go through that rite of passage. Gaucho men taking their spot on the podium on the far side of the pool, finishing third. What a great effort by the men tonight. You got to highlight Zach Thomasidis' fly leg. 45 and change. Way to go, Zach. All right, on to time trials. Not exactly sure who's in each of these, but I'll do my best. This is the 50 free time trial and nobody from Santa Barbara in this heat. Still a lot of people here tonight watching time trials. Way to go, swim fans. Like lane 3, lane 4, looking sporty for the 50 free. And the winning time, whoa, goes under 20. Couple guys under 20. Cal State Bakersfield swimmer Kyle Seri and Hawkins Wentz, hopefully I'm saying your name right, from Seattle, 1991 and 1997. So anytime you go under 20 as a freestyler, definitely something to hang your hat on, and you can tell that it's meaningful because the two swimmers giving each other a hug there at the finish line. Look at them celebrate. Good for you, buddy. All right, on to the women's 100 free. This looks like Sophia Cook in lane 3. Sorry, Sophia Hook, my bad, not Cook. And Anna Brill out in lane 8 is the only name on the board, so I can't tell who else is swimming this. But it's definitely Sophia and Anna for sure. And we got a couple backstrokers in lane 1 and 2. Maybe from Hawaii. From what I can tell, it's tough to tell from this angle. 100 free though. Long start there. And off they go. Sophia with a nice breakout. Anna turning first in her 100 freestyle because she's up against two breaststrokers, two backstrokers. And, oh, Sophia's flying, my bad. And a lot going on in the pool here. And Anna's going to get to the wall first and now turns in a 26.06. Good opening split. Sophia looking good with her fly. And here comes Anna for her final 15 yards or so. And Anna cruises in for a 54.09. 100 freestyle rather. And Sophia, who is in lane 3, I've got to decipher the board here, guys, sorry. 56.91 on that 100 fly, so nice time for both. Always impressed that they can keep all this straight with some swimmers swimming freestyle, some backstroke, whatever the yardage amount is. But this is an opportunity for swimmers who may not have gotten a swim in the finals tonight to put themselves in a competitive environment in front of lots of fans, parents, coaches, etc. All right, we've got at least two swimmers that I can identify, Trent Stegina and Jason Sue, and not sure what happened there. It looks like we have, oh, I see. See, this is the fun part of trying to announce a time trial, that there was only one swimmer in this heat. It's a breaststroker, and it's one of ours, I believe. Nice job opening split of 29:34. Forgive me for not knowing who is in the water. They're a distance from me, and there's no name on the board. But she's getting plenty of support from her teammates behind the starting blocks and along the rail. Looks like it might be Remy, actually, that's in the water here, and it is a 1:03:04. Good, solid time. And I believe that was Remy Harrison who was swimming that leg. But if it's not, still a great swim. All right, now we have the men's 100 breast. Again, it looks like 4 swimmers are going to be stepping up on the blocks and only 3 names on the board. Trent in lane 4, Jason was in 5, and then they just took the board off. So there you have it. I can at least give you the times. But we got a flyer in lane 2. Is that Henry? We think it's Henry in lane 2. Jason's out there in lane 5 and Trent in lane 4. Impossible to tell you what's going on until they finish. But I believe it was a 25:26 for Trent on the opening 50 of the breaststroke. And we're about to get a time on Henry, who's doing the 100 fly. And Henry is in there at 48.88. Trent coming in at 54.44. What a time. And a 56.61 for Jason Sue, but Trent, 54.44. You knew it was a good time. He slapped the water. Everybody happy over there in Gaucho Land across the way. Great to see a good time laid down in time trials. Now we have the women's 200 free, and I know there's more swimmers again, or maybe this will actually line up. No, we got a guy and 3 girls. I see Callie's name up there, and she might be the only Gaucho. Callie Kowalczyk. I think I said that right. Looks like we got a couple swimmers from Hawaii, and they backed the guy off. So it's just going to be 3 women in the pool. And there they go. Callie in lane 5, opening with a 26:52. She was third of the 3 turning, but not by much. She flips at the 100, 54.35. Not exactly sure what her goal time is, but I'm sure whatever it is, she's got to be close to being on it. Callie's starting to take over this little three-woman race. It's always a solid sign. This time is going to be a good one. She flips at a 122.63 with 50 to go, 28.28 on that last split. So if you do that again, Callie, you're going to be around a 151. Here she goes. She's got a few seconds to get in the wall to get that time. And Callie is going to stick at 151.52. 28.89 on that last 50, just almost identical to her third 50. So 151.52 is, I'm assuming, a good time for Callie. All right, not sure if we got anything else after this heat. This could be it. Rob Carpenter in lane 4 doing the men's 200 free, and it looks like a swimmer from quite possibly Hawaii in lane 6. Rob swam this last night, did a 139.8. He's going to try to better that time tonight. And he's going up against a breaststroker. Rob's opening split, 22.97, so sub 23. Good job. Here comes a split on the 100. Teammates cheering for Rob. .48.10 on that opening 100, 25.13 on that second 50. Solid. Rob is going to turn at 1:14.36, 26.26. So he's going to have to get on his horse here if he wants to go sub 140. Rob digging hard. And he's into the wall with a 1:41.90, so not the time he swam last night, but still a good effort. 27.54 on that last split. And as you watch the last few seconds of the 200 breaststroke, this will be it for time trials. And of course, we'll be on again tomorrow for prelims and finals. Thanks to the 6 of you still watching. Good night, everybody.